Okay, we're back. Sunny Smiles Campfire. I had to do a hell of a lot of running around. Freaking sort of manic, kind of lost my ingredients, so I had to retrieve them. But I got to know the interface a bit better, so it's all good. Yo.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. Alright now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try.
Okay. One healing powder.
Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Will do. Wow, everything's green.
I keep you. Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer? Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
I'm not finished with you, Ron. I'm a little short on caps. I don't suppose there's any work available?
Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these.
Okay, a magazine on locksmiths.
If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine might give you the edge you need.
And the bobby pins?
You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and they'll snap.
Alright, I'll take a look at the safe when I get a chance.
Always happy to help someone down on their luck.
Let's talk about the areas around Good Springs.
Sure. What do you want to know?
What kind of creatures are out there?
Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous.
What are the other towns nearby?
Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot.
NCR?
The new California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice.
What does the NCR keep you safe from?
Well, the wildlife for one thing, rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too.
What do you know about this other group?
Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited. If you want to know anything else, just ask.
What do you do around here?
I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in. Until next time.
See you all later. Hey, look.
Hello? Can you help me?
What's wrong?
My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please, she's going to die.
Where is she? You just
Go up the
told me.
path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail.
I'll see what I can do.
You will? Thank you for helping me. Please hurry.
Not before I raid your caravan. I'll take your harmonica. Broken radio tower. That's all. I'm gonna suspect that gecko is gonna be around here somewhere. Yep, it's very boring. But it has to be done. We have to do our duty to civilians. It's an obligation. What? Little Jimmy's trapped down the well? What's that, boy? Little Susie's been eaten by badgers. Damn it. Yeah. I like it, man. You're mixing it up. You're mixing it up. Going in with your fists and you're using your plasma rifles and you're kind of kicking ass. That's how you roll. Still can't tell how much health you have left. Whether you're going to die imminently. Because I haven't given you any medicine or anything like that, so and you haven't had any food, so you're probably starving to death. What do I care? Okay. Damn it. Oh, there you go. There's your energy. Energy or health. Gruesome end. Bear trap. And the prospector. Another bear trap. And some food. Not much. Yeah, you had the, you know, the vantage point. You could have set up a tent or something there. Come on. Shaman. Hey.
Sorry I tricked you.
Hey.
But thanks for clearing out the geckos. Now I can get to that stash up there. After I deal with you.
Chance. That chance, homie. You don't trick the trickster. Okay, over to Trudy. What the hell is that? Some kind of stalker type anomaly. Is it? It looks like it's from straight out of Stalker, that does. Shall I test fate? Save first. Okay, that didn't hurt. Okay, Julie, speak.
That tower on the strip? The one you can see for miles?
Yes.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer? Until next time.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not going to buy something, get out.
Hey. What was that about?
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon.
Did I level up? No. I heard your argument. What was that all about?
Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him.
Where is Ringo now?
He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill.
Why not just kill Cobb? What are you going to do?
Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him.
Powder gangers?
Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now.
Why not just kill Cobb and be done with it?
You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. All right.
What happens if I help Ringo?
If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there.
Okay, so I help Ringo and Good Springs will like me more. That's not very nice. Who was that man you were arguing with?
He's a convict. just without the chains. Said his name was Cobb. Powder gangers is what they call themselves. Plenty more like him out there.
Do you know the robot that rescued me?
I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me.
What does he actually do around here?
Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful as far as I can tell. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before.
How long has he been in a goods ring?
It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows who it was.
You don't like him?
It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. I find it all very creepy. Fine by me.
Does Goodfriend get many visitors?
Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. The traders are the main reason the general store manages to stay in business. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Prim, unless they're in desperate need of supplies.
Anything interesting going on in the rest of the wasteland?
There's always something interesting going on. But the biggest news has to be the come and dust up between the NCR and the Legion over the dam.
Okay, tell me about the NCR.
The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region. But if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin.
Why do you think the NCR and the Legion both want the dam?
I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something.
What can you tell me about the Legion?
Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory.
Okay, what you got?
Got a special discount for you, after what you done for us.
Oh. Here. Moonshine. What have I got for you? Run.
Another satisfied customer. Be careful out there.
Okay. So. Help wanted terminal now working. Earn caps, make friends. Sounds good.
Way too many strangers coming into town these days.
I'd like to invite everyone to take a look at our recently fixed Help Wanted terminal. It's been out of order and in storage for months, but thanks to the kindness of a drifter who passed through Good Springs a few days ago, wish I'd caught her name. It was something peculiar, iodine, Novocaine, something like that. Terminal is back up and running. Whenever folks need help with something, they can come talk to me and I'll be glad to add an entry to this terminal. A few rules for using the new terminal. No food or drinks near the terminal. We were lucky to get it fixed once. I wouldn't put much of a bet on a tech-savvy wanderer being around the next time it breaks. No perverted help wanted entries. No one dirty old man made a request for the help wanted terminal that was so filthy I nearly washed his mouth and my own ears out with soap. I won't go into any details, but suffice to say, if you have any bighorn or livestock, I'd keep a close eye on them for the next week or two. Hardy, hardy, hard. Dear Sir or Madam, thank you for taking the time out of your no doubt busy schedule to accommodate a fellow Mojave resident. I require assistance in a somewhat delicate matter and implore any able-bodied individual in possession of competent mental and physical faculties to visit my personal residence for an elaboration on the task at hand. I want to heartily assure that the recipient of this request that nothing of an illegal nature will be required by their constituent, as long as one allows a somewhat lenient interpretation of certain bylaws of an overly stuffy nature. Though I regret the inconvenience, a small application procedure will be required of the successful candidate to determine compatibility with the assignment. Your application for employment, as it were, will be accepted if you can capably locate my personal residence given only the following information. I possess a commanding view of the backside of an enormous man-made artificial construct, in the likeness of a fearsome reptilian predator. As an additional morsel to distinguish my residence, I am the only denizen of the area in question that requires an elevator taller than the fearsome beast itself to reach my front door. For a seasoned traveller, this task should prove trivial. Once you have located my residence, look near my personal elevator for a safe. This is connected to a pneumatic tube system which conveys correspondence and sundries to a similar container at the front of my residence. I have secured the container with a primitive locking mechanism. Compromise the security in any way you see fit, though preferably in a way that doesn't damage my container. Replacement parts are a spot of trouble these days. Access the contents of the ground level safe for more details on your assignment. Best of luck. And I eagerly anticipate enthusiastic footsteps far below my abode. Post haste. Regards, Mr. Higginbottom. Okay.
No offense.
Yeah, no offense. That was rather long-winded and needlessly so.
You seen that tower on the strip all lit up? You could see it for miles.
Yeah, shut up. So I'm guessing that's in the Novak, the dinosaur. Where else would it be? Now hiring. Randall and Associates. Okay. Loads of little goodies arriving left, right and centre. Randall and Associates accepting applications for following positions: bounty hunter. Pursue high-risk bounties on behalf of various clients, including utilising any all means to apprehend and or terminate contracted targets. Job requirements: should have experience with firearms, explosives or energy weapons. Must be organised and self-sufficient. Interpersonal ability is helpful but not essential. Unarmed and melee skills are a plus. More flexibility preferred. Paid benefits: work at your own pace on your own schedule. The initial contract is 125 caps. Proven effective will lead to more lucrative payments. Potential rewards include a custom revolver and duster. To apply, see Randall and Associates. See Stephen Randall at the offices of Randall and Associates. Disclaimers: Randall and Associates is not responsible for injuries and or death incurred while pursuing said contract. Randall and Associates is an equal opportunity employer. So they don't discriminate against ghouls, I'm guessing.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
Yep.
Until next time.
Okay. I need to help these people. It needs to be done. So, let's go see Ringo. I'm not sure I want to... I'm going to sleep in my truck. Damn, light switch. Sleep. There's no light switch. Okay. That's better. Let's get some sleep, Monica. I'll take top bunk.
You're making me carry the heavy stuff.
No, I'm not. Okay, so Ringo's held up here. Nice pickup. We don't really use pickups in the UK. They're quite rare. They're all the rage in the USA. Okay.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me?
I'm not an enemy, if that's what you're asking.
Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. Let's say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan. You know how to play?
Wait there. Did you know there's a man named Joe Cobb after you?
Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight.
What are you going to do about them? Why are the powder gunners out to get you?
My Caravan was on the return trip from California, and heading back to the company branch in New Vegas when we got jumped. Not even a drop your weapons and hands up before the bullets started flying. We put up a good fight, but there was too many of them. I took a few of the bandits down before I ran, so I figured their friends are out for revenge.
What do you do around here?
Oh, sorry. I thought everybody knew already. I'm a trader with the Crimson Caravan Company. I'm, staying in town for a bit.
I see.
Did you want something else?
What can you tell me about this place?
I've never stopped here until recently. You're better off asking one of the locals.
Tell me about the Crimson Caravans.
It's been in business for a very long time, and it's probably the biggest trading outfit in California. There's a branch up in New Vegas, but it hasn't been doing so well. Word is that the big boss herself, Alice McLafferty, is coming in to fix things.
Yeah, I've been there. What are you gonna do about the powder gangers?
I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own.
You need a hired gun? Maybe I can help.
We'd just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board...
You know, I'm quite a badass. You don't think I can handle myself?
I was thinking of myself, actually. Who's gonna watch my back while I'm watching yours?
I'll ask around and see who I can round up.
Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here. So what's going on? Did Sunny agree to help us?
Hang on. I haven't talked to her yet.
Oh. Well, I don't want to make a move until she's with us.
Yeah. You got some nice stuff lying around. Okay. Anything in there? All that. Take the cigarettes. Won't steal those.
So what's going on? Did some...
I wanted to play a game of Caravan. Damn it. What's in there? Was it X sharp? Damn you, Rex. You just gain away of everything and ruin everything.